We live.
We are live. We are live. What's up, Tiffany?
What's up, Carl? How are you doing?
I'm excellent. If you notice, Kevin's missing. Kevin, not
He's
gonna divulge too much because we don't want to put his business out there in the street. But
he's he's on his way. He'll tell us himself.
yes, Kevin's on his way. So he would explain to you what's going on with him and in how much ever information he wants to divulge. Um, so that's why Kevin's not here yet. So, welcome to everyone. We're going to touch a bunch of different topics today. Tiffany sent me a bunch of topics. So did Kevin. Of course, I have my own. The topic, the heading for the show is Should Social Media Come with Trigger Warnings? Actually, the surgeon, I don't know, is it the Surgeon General or I don't know if it's the politicians that want to put a warning label on social media content. So they might want to put a label on this show. Who knows?
They
But
need to put a label on all of us. You get a label. You get a warning label because we all have warning signs. But I I,
yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, maybe we probably do.
yeah. So we're gonna talk about that. We're also gonna pay tribute to the great Willie Mays, who was one of the greatest baseball players in the history of the game. Reggie Jackson made a. I don't know if you guys seen a Reggie Jackson interview where they asked him. Here's Kevin. Kev,
What's up?
Hey,
what's up,
Kev.
brother?
What's
We
up? I'm
uh,
still I'm still alive.
we
Yes,
told
you're still
everyone
alive. Yes,
we
yes.
told everyone you weren't here, but we didn't say why because we weren't sure how much information you want to divulge. But
Okay.
Yeah, it's all good, man. I mean, I gotta
yeah,
have an eye surgery in a few days, and it is what it is. I'm not the only human being on the planet that needs eye surgery, so it is what it is, man. It's a scary thing, though. It's
yeah,
scary to know that your vision is impaired. It's scary to know that you could lose your vision.
Hmm.
yeah,
All I want to say is wealth is health is wealth.
Yes.
Because when your health is, and I know you know this, I know you especially know this, Carl. I mean, because of your situation, which we won't talk about, but
yeah,
man, when your health is in jeopardy, bro, you don't care about nothing. You don't care
Right.
about your cars. You don't care about your house. You don't care about your job. You just want
Because
to
you
be
can't
healthy.
take that with you. You
yeah,
can't
Now
take
you
none
don't
of
care
that
about
stuff with
nothing,
you.
man. Nothing is important but your health at this
Yes.
point. 'Cause
yeah,
I was talking about Stevie Wonder today. I was like, Stevie Wonder is a multimillionaire. He would give all that money up to be able to see.
yes,
Guarantee you.
Yeah, maybe. And then he don't probably want to see none of these nasty people and this nasty attitudes anyway.
Hey, I'd rather be broke living in the hood with my eyesight than be
Right. I feel you.
a multimillionaire in Beverly Hills with
Yeah.
no eyesight.
wasn't
So
it?
trust me.
Wasn't it? Who's the founder of Apple? They said
Steve
Steve
Jobs?
Jobs.
Steve Jobs when he was laying in the when he was laying in bed and probably on his way out.
This definitely, yeah.
They said he made some comment to the effect of all the money he has,
And they
you
could
know,
not save him.
and here I am lying,
Yeah.
nothing. I
Yeah.
can't do nothing for myself with all the money I have.
Yeah. That's the richest dead man ever. He is
And
still
he was
making money.
young. He was
Yeah.
young. And Steve Jobs was not even 60 years old, right? He
Yeah.
was a
I
very
think he
young
had
dude.
cancer or something.
Yeah, pancreatic cancer, which is has a survival rate of probably like zero.
Yeah, zero. I don't know anybody survived. Well, I heard one person did, but it's not. You're lucky ass if you do.
Right.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? Glad to be here. Okay.
So I went over the topics that we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about
Warning signs. Warning. Warning.
you want to put warning signs on social media because kids are committing suicide, kids are being bullied, which
Adults too.
yeah, and yeah, older people too are also being bullied, which but not everyone is as strong as some of us. Like if somebody says something to me on social media, which has always happened, I just block them or I ignore them. But I guess with some of the kids, if you go to the same school and you're getting bullied online and you go to school and they're the same people,
Yeah.
you, then it's kind of hard to get away.
Different level of bullying. Yeah.
Yeah. So they want to, so I'm not sure how you can control social media. That's very hard. Hey, what's up, Donna? Donna saying hi. She said hi, especially to you, Kevin.
Hey, hi, Don. Thank you. Let me ask you a question. Because, like, we called it joning when we were in school. I don't know what the term was over in your country, Paul, but in America, we used to pick on each other. We called it joning. Like we used to pick on each other all the time, but it was for fun. Like my nickname in junior high school was Foots because I had big feet, and I was a real skinny kid. I was a skinny kid with big ass feet, and everybody made fun of my dogs, man. You got the big feet, so they just called me Foots. You know, it was affectionate, but they called me Foots. We had another guy with a big nose, we used to call it Nose. So we always picked on people. We had a skinny girl that we picked on all the time. We used to call her Cheerio, something because she was so skinny. You know, you could hula hoop or the Cheerio. So we had nicknames. For everybody in our school had nicknames. We picked on them. We joned on them. Is what comedians call snapping. And this
Right.
day is what comedians snap on you. But we called it joning when I was in school. So when did it become bullying? Because I got picked on all the time. I had every nickname you can think of. I got called Chicken. They called me Chicken because I was skinny. I was light skinned, skinny.
It's a whole different era. You know,
Okay.
these young people today are very emotional.
All right,
And
let me.
you know it. They are more emotional than we were. We are Generation X children. We
All right,
didn't really we were brought up a totally different way. Sticks and stones may break your bones, but words will never harm you. You understand type of mentality. These young people are social media children, computer children. Everything is how you look, how you feel, how you see, you understand? Everything is so fake and then also very sensitive. So we're totally different from them. Yeah,
yeah,
we did get on each other, but now sometimes people do too much. You know, like y'all played and then y'all went on. Some people harass people or don't know when to stop. You understand? Because it starts to get, crazy. Because I was bullied at school, and I didn't understand why I was bullied. Then when you get older, when you are different or you cute or you keep yourself together, people is either going to hate you or they're going to love you, and that's all about how people are raised.
all right. Let me just say, nothing that we say here on this show is our content. Is everything we say here is for educational and entertainment
Fair
purposes,
you, fair use.
and it's for fair use. We are not actual therapists, except for Kevin. Uh, certified therapist on the show. Please like, share, subscribe to our channel so we can keep growing and so we can keep bringing you this knowledge every Sunday. And with that said, I'm going to hit you with our theme song. We will come back on our first topic. Is going to talk about social media and should they have warnings, which I'm not even sure how they would do that because a lot of the stuff is live. So, but like I said, we'll get back and we come back and we're going to get into it.
With the knowledge you gain, break away from the chains. We helping you grow. The Black Therapy Show. You be in a safe space, dealing with the black trauma. We unpacking and inspecting all our baggage and drama. Cause we gotta unite. No more killing each other. It's time to see a new future for my sisters and brothers. With Kevin, Carl, and Tiffany, you'll have an epiphany. We'll give you everything you need to handle the enemy. We're giving you empathy. We'll challenge you mentally. The right conversation so you grow exponentially. We built your penitentiaries, we built all your schools. Gave us brainwashed education, just making us fools. Hatred was what we got in exchange for love. No more manipulation from my God above. No, it's Carl, Kevin, and Tiffany. Now welcome to the Black Therapy Show. Let's go.
Let's go.
The impact of social media is undeniably harmful to our children.
Yeah, you said it's putting our ability to connect and influence children's life in grave jeopardy.
So this world of virtual reality and social media has divested us of what it means to be human. It is antisocial, disconnected, fake, superficial, artificial, materialistic, comparative, competitive, separatist. In every way, it is eroding what it means to be a human soul. It is teaching our children to be entitled, indulgent, instantly gratified, all the things that we should be walking away from. We should be slowing our pace. We should be stilling our spirit. We should be soaking in nature. We should be connecting on a human personal level. We should not be in goal orientation the way we are. Oh, flick of a button and my food shows up. We should be in process. We're missing the process of our creativity, of our joy, of our hardship. What happened to pain? We're trying to do away with pain in our thirst for happiness. And what we're doing is we're creating greater fragility because we don't have the resilience to tolerate pain because we're wiping away pain.
Yeah, nobody wants anybody to have a moment of uncomfortability.
And that is why our children are crumbling. Our children feel the pressure of this artificial world like no one else.
37% of teenage girls between 13 and 15 were exposed to unwanted nudity in a week on Instagram. You knew about it. Who did you fire?
Senator, this is why we're building all
Who
these
did you
different
fire?
tools. Senator, I don't think that's.
Who did you fire?
I'm not going to answer that.
Because you didn't fire anybody. So you didn't take any action. You didn't
That's
take
not
any
true,
action.
Senator.
You didn't fire anybody. You haven't
not true.
compensated a
That's
single
not-
victim.
that's
Let
not
me
what I
ask you
said.
this. Let me ask you this. There's families of victims here today. Have you apologized to the victims? Would you like to do so now?
Well,
They're here. You're on national television. Would you like now to apologize to the victims who have been harmed by your product? Show them the pictures. Would you like to apologize for what you've done to these good people?
I'm sorry for everything that you've all been through. It's terrible. No one should have to go through the things that your families have suffered. And this is why we invested so much and are going to continue doing industry-leading efforts to make sure that no one has to go through the types of things that your families have had to suffer.
Mr. Zuckerberg, why should your company not be sued for this?
Rappers be talking about, I got your bitch. Instagram got your bitch. Instagram got all y'all. Because they going to do it for the gram before they do it to you. They going to send a picture to the gram before they send it to you. Social media doing more to hurt families than it is to help families. And families are the key to health.
All right. So let me give my take on the whole social media thing. I'm not sure how they would do warnings. How would you stop bullying and all that stuff? But I'll tell you, I remember driving with my kids in the car, and I felt like we were passing some beautiful sights, like beautiful scenery, beautiful bridges. I don't know. Most people don't know, but I'm into I like bridges. I'm fascinated by how bridges are built. We all drive over bridges every day. We don't even care how it got there. It's there to get me from point A to point B. That's all I care about. But my sons would be looking down at their phone, and that was kind of my fault because they had a phone. They had that back then. They had the Game Boy. They had all these little gadgets that while they're in the car driving, they're just paying attention. They're not even looking around to seeing all this, what I consider majestic stuff. So I think social media is doing a lot of harm, and people are missing out a whole lot.
For real, y'all really gonna just put it on social media? What about us adults and parents? We are in charge. We are in control of everything. When we push this child out, that's ours, okay? So we make the rights, the wrongs, and what we want and what we don't want. We want to create a human being, somebody that has empathy and sympathy for others. We don't need social media for that. We wasn't even raised on social media. So how can y'all sit here and say social media, social media? Take the phones from your children. You can be able to limit it, what they watch, what they see, how they do. Limit it what you listen to. You can't be listening to Sexy Red in the car while your children is in the car. Okay? I mean, come on. It's so many different ways that we as adults can be able to do to stop all of this and stop blaming everybody else. Because if you go to the court of law, the first thing they're going to say, well, you're the parent. Why you didn't do this or why you didn't do that? Because that's what they're going to throw up in your face. So we have responsibility as adults, as parents, as guardians to protect our children from this nastiness online, in the streets, or anywhere.
So you don't.
So let me ask a question. How do you deal with peer pressure then? Like, how can you have a 12-year-old or 13-year-old in school, and all his friends have tablets, and all his friends have cell phones? How do you deal with that? Telling your kid, Hell no, you can't have a phone or a tablet, even though 90% of the school has tablets and cell phones. How do you deal with
Still,
that, Tiff? I'm
control,
curious.
limit it. You can limit it. They don't have to be on it all the time. All right, if we are sitting at the table about to eat dinner, we're not on the phone. We're putting the phones down. Okay? If we're doing homework, you're not having the phone right there. Okay? It's all on how you limit it and boundaries. Come on, no, you can't keep using this as an excuse. Us parents can make it happen. Yeah, the world is based around social media, but you can be able to still protect your children. You still can.
Because now everything's going to be on your cell phone eventually. Pretty soon, they're working on your driver's license being on your cell phone, your passport being on your cell phone, just regular state ID being on your cell phone. Pretty soon, you won't need a wallet to carry anything around because everything's on your cell phone. You now don't even have to pull out your debit card. You can swipe your phone at the grocery store with Google Pay or Apple Pay or anything like that, right? So your phone, I mean, is becoming more and more.
Communication.
I tell you, it's so serious that if I leave out the house to go drive to the store and I got my wallet in my pocket, which is all I need to go to the store because all I need is the money,
Yeah,
and I don't have my cell phone,
yeah. You
and
turn.
I'm 2 miles up the road,
Yeah,
I'm bucking a you to go back and get my cell phone from my house before I go to that store. It doesn't make sense because I've been to the store a million times before cell phones was ever invented, right? I've been
Hmm.
to the store a million times before pagers and people didn't have pagers and cell phones and nothing of that sort,
You
you
had to
know.
pull over to
So
make a
now
call.
we're so used to this device, Tiffany,
Mhm. No,
that if I get a mile up the street, if I get a half mile up the street and realize, oh crap, I left my phone on the table at the house, I'm bucking at you to go back, and I'm just going 2 miles up the road to the freaking store. I can even go 2 miles to the store, get my fruit, and come back without my cell phone being in my pocket. Hell no, because that's where we are right now. I don't know why that's where we are. It's not a good thing, you know, that we're in that place, but that's where we are, you know.
again, we have choice, darling. We have choice. Just like we have choice if we want to lose weight or eat properly, we have choice to take care of our children properly and make sure we protect them and also communicate with them. Because, yes, this world is computer based. So you want to let them know what's good and what's not, what to look for and what not to look for. Because that catfishing is amazing. Okay. The way people sit and talk on the phone with for people for 2 years. Never saw them, never did a video chat, nothing, and you send them money and stuff. People out there, I think that people that have anxiety, have social anxiety, any type of mental issue, they should not be on social media. I'm gonna be honest with you because they're not gonna be able to handle it because people look for people like them to take advantage of. They should have warning signs.
I get what you're saying, Tiffany, and I know some people agree with you. I think Donna agrees with you. Grandma, uh, s- um,
But is it realistic though? I know they agree, and what Tiffany's saying make a lot of sense, but is it realistic?
right. That's what I'm saying, and it's easy. Listen, me as a parent, and and I'm sure Kevin, kids friends have more influence. It shouldn't be, but they friends have a little more influence on them than you as a parent. You would think that I can talk to my son or my daughter, I can tell them don't do this, don't do it. But you get 4 or 5 of their close friends, tell them, hey, let's do it. They're gonna lean towards their, you know what I mean, their friends,
And you know
because
what I tell them? Get ahead and get your ass in trouble. That's on your ass.
they, they they want to please their friends. They want to fit in. You know what I mean? They want to be part of the crowd. They want to be part of the in crowd. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? So I get what you're saying, and in the perfect world, what you're saying is correct. But you know, it's just not reality. Like Kevin said, you know, we still
No,
got.
listen, if we don't keep it real with our children, them streets is gonna keep it real with them. Them cops is gonna keep it real with them. So why not keep it real with them? Look at them music today. They are popping, booty hole popping, all that stuff popping. And you trying to tell us we can't keep it real with them and tell them you need to watch out because on social media you can get snatched up. They got sex trafficking. You understand what I'm saying? They'll sell you for drugs or take your organs. We gotta keep it real with them. We tell our black sons when you see police, what you gotta do. Yes, sir, no, ma'am. You understand what I'm saying? Hold your hands down. We tell them this. So why we can't tell them this about social media? Why we can't tell them this, that this is better for you, or limited what we show them or what they're into? We need to stop having social media raise our children. That's it.
So,
Because
so,
we wasn't raised by social media.
so you're a thumbs down on warnings or ratings for social media content.
No, I think they need warning signs. They do. They definitely need warning signs because you got to enter at your own risk. Because
What
this
type
is
of warning?
social.
What do you want them to warn you for? What do you want when? Okay, my 9-year-old kid goes onto Instagram. What do you want her not to see on Instagram? Do you want her not to see the lady in the bikini with the big booty, or you don't want her to see what? What is it that you want her not to see? Because
I don't want them to see none of that. That it's
okay,
going to be kid restricted. Period. I'm sorry. They give us buttons on the phone to restrict your kids from seeing explicit stuff. We just got to press the button.
okay. So why don't we just do that then?
That's my
We do
point. So that's
we
why
do
I'm
it
saying
about we do it about with our kids here at our house. We have restrictions on their YouTube. When they get on when they get on their tablet on YouTube, they can't see. They can't even click on my video on YouTube, and I'm on YouTube.
okay.
They can't even watch Papa tell jokes on YouTube because they
Look,
can't go to that. You know,
look.
my videos are restricted for kids when I post them, so they can't see that. They can only see the cartoons
That's
or
how
the
it's
animated
supposed to
stuff.
be. Us
Yeah, the
as
kids stuff.
adults have to play the part. That's all I'm saying. It needs warning signs, but we also, as adults, we have to play the part to make sure. You see how Kev just said his child, they cannot go on there. That's how it's supposed to be. We're supposed to shield them. And also with the music. What we
When
listen
they
to,
get to
our
school,
children
though,
listen to.
when they're in preschool, though, when they get to junior high school, they can have all the buttons restricted on his cell phone, but that don't mean his boy's cell phone gonna be restricted.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I mean his
Okay, but
girlfriend.
then
I mean his
again,
girlfriend's.
communicate
I
with
mean
your
his
child.
girlfriend's cell phone. Whatever girl he's looking at, and whatever cute girl he's looking at, her cell phone might not be restricted. I mean, it's how do
I'm
you
sorry, if you
how do
have a
you
good
stop
relationship.
these kids? I'm being real. How do you stop these kids in school from being around their friends who might not have parents like you, Tiffany?
Oh, but what about you? Listen, you want your child to be affiliated with somebody that's looking at porn?
My mom wanted my kid. My mom probably didn't want me looking at porn, but I watch porn.
Listen, none of our parents did, but
Your
it
mom didn't
wasn't
want
up
you
under
looking
the.
at porn, but you watch porn.
But
So
it
my
wasn't up
point,
under their
we
belt. I had this. We snuck and did that shit. It's not like it was out there. It's not like they left it out there. And you want to hear, just
was
like you said,
sneaking to
it was
watch porn,
friends.
sneaking to listen to
It
Richard
was
Pryor back in the
friends.
70s. Kids today come up to me, I have young people come to me and go, I just sneaked to watch you on Def Comedy Jam. I saw you on Def Comedy Jam, and I just sneaked to watch it because we weren't allowed to watch that show back in the 90s. First of all, I was like, really? But then I thought about it. I had to sneak to listen to Richard Pryor and Red Fox when I was
Well,
a
they
kid.
was videotapes. They was all over the place.
So, we had to, my stepdad had the Richard Pryor album and all that stuff. We used to put it on, listen to it. The Wanted album. Played that thing till it wore it out. Funniest comedy I ever heard in my life, Richard Pryor's Wanted album. But my brother and I used to listen to it all the time. Kids these days are coming up talking about they watch me on Def Jam. And they had to sneak to watch Def Comedy Jam because their parents didn't want them watching that at midnight on a Friday.
Listen,
So
again,
now
totally
we're in a
different
different
era.
era. Now we got cell phones. On these cell phones, you have booty shake. Two Live Crew came out in the early late 80s or early 90s with the booty shaking videos.
And they
And,
were the one that made up the explicit
and
you
they got their ass
XXX.
handed to them. Congress was all over them. They had to go to court, all sorts of
Yes,
stuff,
they
right?
did.
Because white kids were listening to it, and the congressman was losing their mind. As long as black kids was listening to Luke Campbell talk about chick that there, they didn't care. But as soon as white kids got into that music, it became a big bad thing. I get it. So we went from that to Luke Campbell to now, you know, if you watch a Richard Pryor album now, it's not even dirty compared to the
Oh
comedy
yeah,
today.
compared to today,
Richard
right?
Pryor is PG-13 because compared to the stuff you hear on TV now, on YouTube now, you
Yeah,
know.
even Millie Jackson. Millie Jackson was raunchy.
Exactly.
You
Millie
know, and you
Jackson.
listen to these girl rappers, you like, oh my God.
Yeah,
Millie
Millie
Jackson
Jackson,
was
like,
played it,
damn.
you know, in the quiet with the adults was listening to Millie Jackson, you know. So I get it. I get, like I said, I get it. I get it, Carl and Cav. You know, it's good and it's bad, but again, we are adults and we are parents, and if we want our children to have productive lives, we have to make better choices on how they deal with social media and how they get social media. We must communicate with them about social media, the do's and the don'ts about it also, you know, and tell them that it do come with warning. You might see stuff that's not what we have in our home. You
Oh, I
understand what I'm
forgot.
saying?
I'm
What?
sorry, I didn't cut you off. I'm sorry, Tiffany. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. What you forgot?
I forgot. My mom's watching the show. Hey, Mom, I don't watch porn.
Oh, don't try to clean yourself up now. Hey, Ma.
I've never seen it in my day in my life.
Hey, Ma, how you doing? You see, look, he trying to clean it up. Don't try to clean yourself up.
Well, Norma Staley. Hey, Norma, Grandma Staley's watching. She said she's watching with her friends. Thank you, thank you. I hope all is well on your side. And she says it's a balance you have to do it. It's hard. It is hard, and it is a balance. And I get what Tiffany's saying. You can't, but you can't really. And I get what Kevin is saying. You can't stop. You can't stop kids from, if they don't see porn on their phone, they're gonna see it on a friend's phone. Absolutely 100%. But what you do is you instill your values in your kid.
Yes.
Hopefully someday they go, oh my God, this is what my parents are talking about.
Yes. Or they come and talk to you.
Right,
They feel comfortable to communicate with you and say, listen, I saw this on its phone, or
yeah.
You want that open communication with your children.
That's Kev's
dog.
That's Jack.
This is
Kev,
Jax.
I didn't even know you had a dog.
Yeah, no, I had Jackson Bentley. This is Jax. Say hi, Jax.
Hey, Jax.
Come up here, Jax. Say hi. Oh, you're okay. You're okay.
Did you hurt Jax?
Well, he's so scared. He thinks he's in trouble when I pick him up because he's a scared cat. He's a real life. He's a real life Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
A real life Scooby Doo. There you go.
Oh, hey, baby.
All right,
He's
we gotta go.
beautiful. Oh.
He's a Scooby Doo. That boy's scared of his own shadow. Bye.
If somebody break into your house, he's gonna show them where the jewelry is.
If they got a dog biscuit, it's a wrap.
He looked like a dog like that. The jewelry is over here, darling.
Yesterday, I was rattling a bag of chips downstairs, and he come running down the steps for the chip. He don't care about if burglar alarm go off, fire alarm go off, nothing. Bag of chips moving, he running. Richest dog on the planet. Yeah, I get it, Tip. Though, but seriously, I don't know. We're up against something that so powerful that we didn't expect it to be raising our kids.
Right.
I mean, I was lucky. My daughter grew up before Facebook was popular, so I didn't deal with that. Of course, my mom had to deal with it because nothing was popular when we were kids. We're so damn old, but so I mean, we didn't have color television when I was a kid. So that's how old my ass is.
Right. Well, we didn't have television, but
it wasn't color, it was black and white.
The channels went off at a certain time. You remember when them channels went off at 12?
Midnight, yeah. They played American flag and God Bless America song would play. Then the TV go blank. Yeah, there'd be some TV preacher on there.
And I think those remember, we was of that era. We dealt with life totally different. You understand? And that's why we're not sensitive to so many things than these young people are. Because my parents sent our asses outside, didn't they? Go outside,
yeah, that's another thing. These kids, yeah, you're right.
Go read a book.
These kids don't go outside. They just stay on the computer. They stay on their tablet. They have no outdoor life. My brother, my sister, myself, and our neighborhood friends, we stayed in the woods. We stayed in the creeks, the ponds, the trees. We went and picked blackberries and plums, and we got into everything we can get into. But we never felt threatened. We never felt in danger. all the things we did now, I won't even do it as an adult. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not going to no
Right.
woods by myself now picking no berries.
Right.
But when I was 12
We
years
were
old, I go to the woods by
fearless.
myself to get me some blackberries off a tree and with no
Right.
fear. You know what I'm saying? Not an ounce of fear. So these kids today are just, I hate to say the word, is punctify the word?
No, no, it's not no word. And we're not social enough. You understand?
These kids
Our
are very
parents
soft.
took us out. We went places. We went to birthday parties. We did those things. These young people today, they're not sociable. My thing is, instead of them being on the phone or anything, take them out. Take them roller skating. I'm glad that my mother kept us active. You have to keep children active, keep those memories going because they think about those things. Go skating, go hiking, go to the museum, go to the aquarium. You have to make those times for your children.
I'm a little jealous though, Tiff, because I wish I had this object about 30 years ago.
For real, I'm good without the phone. I'm good.
I'm not. Oh, it's fun I had
I'm
to do
happy
things
we
back
didn't
in the
have the
day.
phone. That's a good question. Would people rather the phone back in the days? Like, would I'm good with it. I enjoy growing up the way we did with the
I
busy
did too, to be
signal.
honest with you. To be honest
You
with you,
remember the
all
busy
seriousness, yeah.
signal?
You know what though? Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
ran my mom's phone bill up with long distance phone calls,
Yes.
calling California trying to get booked as a comedian. So I like the day that I can make a call anywhere in the world and I can just do it from this phone and I don't have to worry about no giant phone bill coming to my mom's
Okay.
house.
Unlimited.
We didn't want
Unlimited.
You guys you guys remember the ViewMaster?
The Viewmaster, yeah.
Yeah, you remember that?
That was
That,
big technology back in the day.
that was big technology,
The Viewmaster.
yeah.
What else we had back in there?
Yeah,
Etch and sketch. Etch
yeah.
and sketch.
Well, look, it's 2024. We had to evolve, y'all. We had to move on. We had to do things and get bigger and better. I actually appreciate the phone now. Like everything is in the palm of your hand. History is in the palm of your hand. You can look up stuff and find documents. Before we had to go to the encyclopedia that lied to us half the damn time. You understand? Now we can go straight to our phones and
But that's
find
that
out
that's
anything.
that's a problem too, though, Tiff. It's a blessing in disguise. I get you.
Yeah.
I like the fact that I can Google anything and it comes right to my phone. But it was something about those days when you used to go to your shelf and you had that encyclopedia that your mother bought.
Yeah.
And
I
it
had
was
it.
A to Z, and them hardback books you just sit up on the shelf. And you need to know something, you had to know what letter to go get. So you can read up
Right.
on zebra. Oh, let me get a Z and read up on zebras. And I had to flip through the pages. I got the zebras.
Right.
I mean, yeah, that was a weird
That
time,
was needed.
but
Yes, that was
that was
needed.
a good way to learn, though. You know, you learn
Yes,
from it.
reading books.
You read
Books.
your
That's what it
books.
was. Books.
Man, my second home used to be Borders back in the day. I used to stand at Borders reading because I just love books.
I got a couple of libraries in my house.
Man,
So
I got a couple of books I never returned to the library, so
I'm
I probably
good.
owe $1,000 on some of these books now.
Well, look, they're gonna find you now.
Yeah, they'll find me every place on the internet. Yeah,
Yeah, I
no,
think those days are probably over. Those days of reading books and all that. I mean,
I
now with the
still
invention
read
of
books.
AI, but I mean for kids. I mean, kids today, they're not.
kids, adults still go. I went to a Barnes and Noble not too long ago, and I was surprised how many people were in there. I went in thinking it's gonna be like maybe nobody in here because everybody's reading online now, and I walk in and the place is packed. I was like
It's
shocked. I'm like,
it's
whoa,
nothing like a book in your
a
hand.
lot of people in here.
Yeah.
Not that many brothers in there, but there's a lot of people in there.
Yeah.
uh, I looked around for some brothers. I'm like, all right, I guess Barnes and Noble stands for white customers only.
Oh.
One lot of brothers in there, but it was packed though, and I was surprised. I said, okay, because I want the book and mortar store to stay around. I hate to see a place like Barnes and Noble go out of business. And I think that's important to have a place to go and buy books and bestsellers and magazines and stuff like that. And magazines are going out of business. They're not like it used to be. You go to the bookstore and buy Vogue magazine or Right On magazine or Ebony magazine, Jet magazine. All
It's
that shit
not
is
like that
gone.
anymore because
It's
of the
all gone.
media.
It's crazy. It's all gone. I
Hmm.
couldn't wait to see the Jet centerfold.
Yeah, I love Jet too. Jet and Ebony magazine. That was like staples, like the coffee tables.
Right,
On
right.
you came into any black home on their coffee tables was Jet or Ebony.
I got
All right.
some
Even
Jets around here.
Essence.
We
I got a couple.
what? We
No, I got a few around here. I keep the special edition one. I got ones with I got one with Michelle Obama on it. I got one with Oprah on it. I got like special ones with people on it, like Prince, Michael Jackson. You know, when he
Yeah,
passed away.
collectible items.
Yeah, collectible ones. Yeah, so we got one right there. I can't even see it because my hands is blind right now. But yeah,
All right, we're gonna move on to we're gonna pay a tribute to Willie Mays, passed away this week at
Oh, rest in peace, Willie Mays.
it's all great.
yeah, one of the greatest baseball players in the history of
Can I
baseball.
say something real quick, Carl? This
Go ahead.
reminds me of what you said last week, or what was it Dr. Umar or Godfrey who said that white people don't have no heroes?
Oh yeah, there was some guy that did a video. Yeah,
Okay, he said, yeah, white people don't have any heroes.
right.
And then we have real life heroes. We have Muhammad Ali and Willie Mays and all these people that are our heroes and people that we look up to and people that we're proud of in our culture. And a lot of white people don't have that. The ones they do have
It's
are
Rocky.
it's fake. People like Rocky, who's fake, or you got people who are bad. Like Christopher Columbus or Trump and all these people who are not really good human beings, and that's their heroes are really bad people, and our heroes are really good people. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm not saying everybody's without sin, but I'm saying they're still great people. So we have a lot of heroes that we're so proud to be a part of ancestors
Yeah, because we had to work 5 times harder to be the best.
and we're
I'm
losing them
sorry,
too.
I
Right
digress.
now, we're losing a lot of our heroes because they're all getting old, man.
yeah. All right, I'm gonna play some videos of Willie Mays, and then there was some kind of tribute to Willie Mays, and there was an interview with Reggie Jackson. They brought back all the greats, Reggie Jackson and all the other great baseball players, and they asked Reggie Jackson what it was like for him back in the day, and they thought he was gonna go into baseball, but he went deep, and I'm sure they weren't ready for
I can't even imagine how they treated them.
even though I saw an interview where Reggie Jackson said, and I quote, "I prefer the company of white women."
Would you say that?
Reggie Jackson
Reggie
Jackson. And I quote, I remember it clearly. He said, "I prefer the company of white women." So to see him reliving all the racist stuff he dealt with back in the day, and then
I think they do that just to say I did it or I slept, because that's such a peeve for white men, especially back in the days of black men sleeping with white women. So maybe they did that to get back at them, to feel like, yeah, I got them. Yeah, we can't get anything else, but we'll get your white women.
Without going too deep into that, you're half right. I think some of it is sisters reject a lot of brothers until they get status. And so a lot of these guys go to white women because a lot of these brothers do have trouble. I've had so many black men say, man, I have trouble picking up girls, man, before I got famous. So many picking up black sisters before I got status, before I got.
Oh, come on.
It's true. That's a whole nother
There's
show.
too many single women out there for them to be popping that shit. I
And they
don't want to
all
hear
waiting
that
on. They're all waiting on some brother to come through that already got the castle. They don't want to build a castle with the brother.
there is some truth to that, Tiffany. They don't want to hear you in college.
It's some truth, but not all. Come on. It's beautiful black women out there that are single. A lot of men just can't deal with certain black women, or they got mommy issues themselves. You understand? Or somebody assigned them a white handler, a woman.
Right. I'm gonna let that go because there's a lot that I can go.
A whole other show.
Yeah,
we all talked about it. Janet Jackson ain't dating nobody in the post office, but Will Smith will date somebody at the post office. That's the difference.
Yeah. You think Tiger Woods married his babysitter? You think Janet Jackson will marry her gardener?
Hell no.
No, I think that was a setup with that babysitter. They pushed her right to Tiger Woods.
Let's pick somebody else. I know billionaires gone into restaurants and married a waitress. O.J. Simpson married Nicole. Nicole was a waitress at a golf club.
Nicolas Cage is married Asian lady There was a waitress at a Japanese bar that he walked into. What's the actor that's on trial right now for shooting a lady on the set? What's his name? Baldwin, Alex
Jim
Baldwin.
Baldwin.
He married his masseuse, some lady he used to get massages from. His yoga instructor. He ended up marrying his yoga instructor that he met in Manhattan at a yoga studio. She makes money, but not his type of money. She got bank, but she ain't got his type
Well,
of
yeah,
bank.
opposites attract.
Yeah, well, whatever.
All right.
Opposite my ass.
Yeah, we all know what it
Patricia want me for my millions. That's just how it is.
Stop it.
I'm sure she does, Kev.
I'm sure.
So we're gonna play a little tribute to Willie Mays, and then we're gonna show the interview with Rick.
Sounds good.
The all-time greatest Giant, number 24, Willie Mays, has passed away today.
Say, hey, Willie, go get it. What do you mean, go get it? Man, that ball's way in left field. I don't care what field it's in. Willie plays all field. Every time we come to the game, you talking about Willie plays all the field. That's right. Let's call Willie and ask him. Call him. Okay, hey, Willie. Yes. Are you Willie Mays? Yes. Whose ball was that? Why was it? In left field. Well, that's Urban's ball. I told you that. Every time we come to the game, we got to talk about it. The next time I'm going to sit in the grandstand. Say, hey, fellas, what's your name? Say who? Say Willie. Say hey. Say who? Swinging at the plate. Say hey. Say who? Say Willie. That giant kid is great. When he hits the ball, it's long gone man. Hits it farther than Campy can. Swings the bat like a little lead pipe. When they reach the ball, it's overripe. Say hey. Say who?
69 years ago today, Willie Mays made what is still the greatest catch in Major League Baseball history with this unbelievable over-the-shoulder grab to save Game 1 of the 1954 World Series. The score was tied 2-2 in the 8th with 2 on and no outs when Cleveland's Vic Wertz crushed a fly ball 425 feet. In any other ballpark, this would have been a goner, but look at the insanely deep Polo Grounds outfield. Center field is 485 feet from home plate. Mays not only made the circus catch, but fired the ball back to the infield and kept the runners from scoring. 2 innings later, the Giants hit a walk-off homer and won the game. They went on to sweep the series.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining us here at Rickwood Field, please welcome Ken Griffey Jr., Barry Bonds, and Michael Mays, son of the legendary Willie Mays.
Birmingham, I've been telling y'all that if there's any way on earth my father could come down here, that he would. Well, he's found another way. So you already stand to your feet. Let him hear you. He's listening. Make all the noise you can.
How emotional is it for you to come back to a play that you played with one of the greatest teams around?
Alex, when people ask me a question like that, it's like coming back here is not easy. The racism that I played here, when I played here, the difficulty of going through different places where we traveled. Fortunately, I had a manager and I had players on the team that helped me get through it. But I wouldn't wish it on anybody. People said to me today, I spoke, and they said, you think you're a better person, you think you won when you played here in Concord. I said, you know, I would never want to do it again. I walked into restaurants and they would point at me and said, the nigger can't eat here. I would go to a hotel and they say, the nigger can't stay here. We went to Charlie Finley's country club for a welcome home dinner, and they pointed me out with the N-word. He can't come in here. Finley marched the whole team out. Finally, they let me in there. He said, we're going to go to the diner and eat hamburgers. We'll go where we're wanted. Fortunately, I had a manager and Johnny McNamara that if I couldn't eat, thank you. If I couldn't eat in the place, nobody would eat. We'd get food to travel. If I couldn't stay in a hotel, they'd drive to the next hotel and find a place where I could stay. Had it not been for Raleigh Fingers, Johnny McNamara, Dave Duncan, Joe and Sharon Rudy, I slept on their couch 3-4 nights a week for about a month and a half. Finally, they were threatened that they would burn our apartment complex down unless I got out. I wouldn't wish it on anyone.
Okay, I'm on TV. I can't talk. Thank you.
Yeah, that was the Reggie Jackson interview. Well, it wasn't an interview. He was asked a question about what it was like back in the day, and I guess they were expecting a baseball type of response. They weren't expecting him to go that deep.
He enjoyed the baseball. It was going through the traveling, and and all the hate and the shouting and all of that. I can't even imagine. You heard him. He said, I wouldn't do it again. You understand what I'm saying? Because when they point you out, this nigga can't go here, and this nigga can't go, no, he can't be here. That's messed up. But I just won a game, and you still don't treat me as such. So I really salute him, Jackie Robinson, all of those black artists and athletes, from that time and from that era. I can't even imagine what they had to deal with racially,
I mean, and they got death threats. Imagine
playing
baseball, you're out on the field knowing that somebody could be pointing a gun at you.
Or trying to kill you because you winning or you're doing good.
Hank Aaron dealt with that. Hank Aaron was on his way to breaking Babe Ruth's record, and he got thousands of death threats. And this is in a place. This is in a time when there was no social media. Can you imagine that much hate mail coming to the place that you live?
Mail coming to where you
Mail
live,
coming to where you live. People threatening to kill you if you continue to hit home runs to break a baseball record of a white man. That just goes to show you how mean-spirited racism is. A freaking baseball?
Yeah.
You're gonna take somebody's life over a baseball game?
Yeah.
It makes no sense. And he still broke the record. Didn't stop him.
How many years ago this was? This is like really young.
It
This is not like it was 100 years
It
ago.
was in the 70s. It wasn't that long ago.
Right. What, 40, 50 years ago that they couldn't even eat from, they had to go through the black side, the colored side, and not the white side, or they had to go through the back. And look, these are people that was playing games and doing things, and they still was treating them like they was nobodies.
So the O. Henry candy bar, you remember the O. Henry candy bar?
Yeah.
That was made that was dedicated to Hank Aaron.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. And when I was in the Bahamas, and they're very popular in the islands, but when I was in the Bahamas, O. Henry bars are everywhere. So I brought one, never opened it, and brought it home last year just to keep it as a souvenir.
Yes.
The O. Henry bar was dedicated to Hank Aaron. And I just went to look for it just now. It was on my desk. I went to look for it so I can show it to you guys, and it's gone, which means I'm going to kick Angelo's ass after this show. Because he ate my candy bar. I'm serious. It's been on my desk for like a year. On my desk. The O. Henry bar has been on my desk for years. So souvenir to Hank Aaron. Yeah. Yep. They sell those things over in all the stores over in the Bahamas where I was over there. So I bought one.
It's so deep that we just talking about the racism. Venus and Serena was going through it. You have soccer players that's going through it a few years ago. Monkeys get off, or they saying monkey sounds and stuff. Like it's horrible, so you hate to try to, do what you love to do, but you're getting this criticism on the side from somebody that don't look like you, and it hurts.
I mean, recently they still yell stuff at basketball players. Did somebody yell some racist stuff at LeBron James? There was a video of him getting some lady.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they still get it. Yeah, these guys, they still get it. Everybody gets it. Everybody gets some.
Mm-hmm.
It don't matter. They wrote the N-word on LeBron James' fence at his mansion in L.A.
Oh yeah, I think they had a news.
Remember that? There was nigger spray paint nigger on the gate going into his mansion driveway. He came home from a basketball game, and there were niggers on his fence.
Oh God.
So yeah, I mean,
Look, you got
this
all
this
the
in
money in
Los
the world.
Angeles.
You
This is in Los
entertaining
Angeles of
people.
all
You
places.
still a
Like,
nigga.
yeah, he's a billionaire and he's still. It makes no sense. Just the hatred is absolutely won't stop. I don't know why it won't stop. Why is it so important to be so full of hate? I don't understand it. I
Which
don't get it. I'm just baffled by this hatred.
Yeah, which leads me into the next thing I wanted to talk about. And Morgan Freeman, back in 2006 or 16, I'm not sure,
Yeah.
he did a 60 Minutes interview, and they asked him about how he felt about Black history. He said they should get rid of it, or I mean, he detested why he's not a fan of Black History Month. And this year again, he said it again this year.
In 2024, Carl, he said it. He got to be 5,000 years old, and he said it.
He said it again, and
He's senile now.
I don't understand people like Morgan Freeman. But I mean, I understand. I get it. And my philosophy is some Black people see who's in charge. They know who has the power, and that's who they're sticking with. You know,
he's a house nigga. He knows his place.
How much money is that man worth? What, $300 million? Something in that neighborhood, his net worth. He doesn't care. First of all, he's worth about $300 million, and he's in his 80s. Do he give a rat's ass about your grandchildren, my grandchildren?
No, he don't even care about his own
Tiffany's nieces and nephews. No, he don't care. So it's just they don't. He's like, I live my great life.
Yeah.
Screw everybody else.
If y'all want to, just Google him with some scandal back in the days with his stepdaughter. That's all I'm telling y'all. So Morgan Freeman can't really say nothing to me. Only thing he can do is probably tell me some history on the History Channel. You can't really tell me anything else about Juneteenth or anything. I don't even want to hear it anymore. He should be in his retirement years anyway.
Yeah. All right.
So there's a lot of pushback on that too. I see a lot of videos on TikTok where Black people are pushing back on Juneteenth, saying it shouldn't be celebrated. So it's a catch-22. If we don't have a holiday honoring, Black history or Black people, we bitch. If we get a holiday, we bitch. If we don't get the holiday, we bitch. So it's a no-win situation. I was also on there. He was going crazy on Joe Biden. Joe Biden, give us a holiday. We'll give a shit about no goddamn holiday. I mean, he was just going,
Yeah.
And I read all the comments on his page, and people agreeing with him on the comments. Like, man.
They making money off of Juneteenth now. Everybody, okay? Any store that can sell Juneteenth stuff, they know what they do. We should have kept it exclusively for us. That's what we should have did.
Yeah. So here are the Juneteenth haters. Here's some of them.
Here's why I don't celebrate Juneteenth. And it's perfectly fine if you don't agree with me. And there is no shame or hate if you choose to celebrate Juneteenth. But just like most holidays in America, a lot of things are just commercialized, and Juneteenth is one of them. So one of the reasons that we choose not to celebrate it is because we feel like Juneteenth actually separates people rather than bring them together. When you have a holiday that you've got people purposely not celebrating July 4th, the freedom of this nation, and they'd rather celebrate Juneteenth, and they don't even celebrate it for the fact of freeing slaves. When I see people celebrate Juneteenth, I don't see people actually celebrating the fact that Black people were freed from bondage and freed from slavery. All I see is people celebrating the fact of being Black. And here's where that goes wrong, is if you celebrate the fact that you're just Black and you're celebrating just the color of your skin, then you're not really you're not celebrating anything with any depth. And all you're doing is separating everybody else that does not have the color of your skin, instead of bringing us all together and celebrating the fact that because there is no more slavery, it brings us closer together as one, as humans. So take into consideration Jackie Robinson Day with baseball. Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier inside of Major League Baseball. But when baseball players celebrate Jackie Robinson Day, it brings everyone together. It doesn't separate Black baseball players. It brings all baseball players together. So just like the 4th of July brings all Americans together to celebrate freedom, that's the thing that Juneteenth does not do. So, want to make Juneteenth a holiday that people can actually bring unity together? and make it a holiday where it brings people together, and you can educate people on the Emancipation Proclamation, and it brings people together.
He sounds like he's sleep with a
Juneteenth is a useless holiday?
I basically do. Yeah.
Do you think Memorial Day, Veterans Day are useless holidays?
I don't, because I stand with the presumption of time-tested traditions. Like I said, religion is, I call these things cults. I won't dignify them as religions because religions have withstood the test of time. And so I think that if we made a national commemorative holiday for everything that's important that happened in our history, we'd have no working days left. But I think that the spirit of Juneteenth, we already channel into other holidays, like Martin Luther King Day, like President's Day. I think we can commemorate the spirit of that holiday separately. So I think that we shouldn't have redundant holidays that celebrate overlapping purposes. It should have a distinct purpose. And I think, let's be honest, the reason for making that a holiday was under political duress. It was a political hostage situation on the back of the death of George Floyd. And I think that that should not be how we create holidays. We should not create holidays with a cultural gun to our head. And that's what happened with Juneteenth.
Maybe some of you who don't know what Juneteenth is. The enslaved in Texas weren't told they were free for 2.5 years after the Emancipation Proclamation freed them. They'd watch in their churches and they'd pray for freedom to come. And it finally did. When General Gordon Granger and 7,000 colored troops from New Jersey and New York made their way to Galveston, Texas. And he read General Order Number 3 that said all slaves are free. When those people came in from their labor and somebody read that to them, we started celebrating, and we've been celebrating ever since. Juneteenth is not a Texas thing. It's not a black thing. We're talking about freedom for everyone.
Thank you.
So
Yeah,
again,
that's the mother of Juneteenth. She actually walked miles and miles and miles to talk and educate people on the history of Juneteenth in Galveston, Texas.
the first video where the guy was saying Juneteenth is commercialized and blah 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 blah.
He sleeps with a white woman.
Absolutely, he has.
Wait a minute, is the 4th of July not commercialized?
So
every American holiday is commercialized. You're not complaining about that. You know how many flags and lights and millions of dollars firework companies make on the 4th of July? Do you know how many black people were still working in the cotton fields on the 4th of July?
How many people were still on the slave plantation in 1965? Don't let me start. I can't, no. That's why certain people you just can't listen to because they're very ignorant. And he's ignorant. And it's so sad because he's a black man. I understand we want peace and freedom for all, but we're talking about us for right now. Why we can't just be selfish with us for one now? We just want freedom and we happy that our people was free. I mean, what's the problem?
But the reason for holidays is to memorialize and to reminisce and to talk, just to remember what happened and it's not, but I know what he's doing. And I know what people like him and the other, they just, go ahead.
I'm sorry, man. I'm disgusted. Cut you off, bro.
D-Day was the invasion. You know what I mean? They memorialized that, and we all remember the sacrifices that were made. Same thing we do with Columbus Day. They, supposedly, which he didn't. He discovered America, or he discovered other, and we memorialize that day because it's a special day in history. Juneteenth is also a special day in history. Okay, we have no control of people commercializing it. That's out of our control. People will, of course, businesses are gonna commercialize to make money.
They're gonna make money off our black behinds.
Christopher Columbus was a murderer and a rapist.
Facts.
Who killed thousands and thousands and thousands, I should say millions.
That came from Spain.
Of American Indians So indigenous people, as we call them. So we celebrate. So this black guy gets on TikTok or YouTube, whatever, and makes that video. But then he'll be the first one taking off from work or whatever to go celebrate Columbus Day
And
of
Juneteenth.
a guy who was a freaking murderer of brown people by the millions.
That's why social media needs a warning.
So he totally, obviously he's not into Black history. He doesn't really care about the history of Black. You know what I mean? His view of Juneteenth is that it's commercialized. That's his problem with it. It's commercial. That's why he doesn't celebrate it, because it's
he wouldn't celebrate it even if it wasn't commercialized because he doesn't identify with his skin color.
Right.
That's just an excuse. Because if it wasn't commercialized, first of all, he probably didn't know anything about it. He probably don't know nothing about the history of it. He probably doesn't care. That just sounds good to his in-laws.
Yeah, look at that white. Look at that. I sent it to you. I don't know if y'all saw it. Martinina Gomez, a Republican. She said it's a stupid damn holiday, and she said she don't understand why black people are ungrateful. And she said, if we don't like it, we need to get the fuck out. And I'm saying this is coming from a woman with a Spanish name telling us to get the fuck out of our country that our ancestors built. So, and that this holiday is stupid. Let me tell you something. People, this is why you have to just scroll on by. For real.
She's a what? A Republican?
Yeah, her name is Martinina Gomez. I put it up on my page on my TikTok.
I'm sorry, I hear you. You said she's a Republican?
Yeah.
Okay. Just don't make that clear. Okay.
Yes.
All right. All you Black Republicans out there.
Well, we all know it's very clear. Anything that Black people do, they have a problem with. Anything we celebrate, they have a problem with. Anything, So
we celebrate our birthday, it ain't mad.
Yeah.
I mean, just what? Ignore them. That's my thing. We have to start ignoring ignorant people, because the only thing it's going to do is just raise our blood pressure and make us upset. So we ignore, especially that guy that you just put up. That should have been a mad video. Thank you, Carl. Okay, because he just pissed me off.
Yeah. I should have a warning before it. You're
Hey,
right.
Carl,
that was supposed to have a warning.
You know I need to keep my blood pressure down, right?
I know.
Okay.
I know. All right, I'm gonna finish out the show with I saw this. I think Tiffany told me about this, and I also saw a couple of people pass this video around. I didn't know what Versus was. I had to look. I had no idea.
We're gonna take your black card away from you, Carl.
I had no idea what it was about, but I learned today. I was today years old when I found out what Versus was. But anyway, it seems to be pretty popular, and Swiss Beats, Timberland are partnering with Elon Musk, and somehow he's gonna make Versus better, I guess.
They done sold themselves to the devil.
Yeah, they did, because Versus was a Black thing on a Black channel that got Black people through the pandemic when Planet of Bell and all the people were doing Versus. Osley Brothers did a Versus with Earth, Wind, and Fire. It was epic. Epic. You hear me?
Dipset, all
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah.
Battling alongside freaking Ronald Osley and them. It was amazing. And just to see that they got Elon Musk now involved in it, just tell you, people just go for the money, man. Like you said, Tiffany, he sold it out to the devil.
He sold it when they couldn't. I was telling Carl, I was like, Carl, why would they sell it? Like you always hear Carl say we should get a Black building and put our businesses in there. This is what should have happened with the Verses. The Verses should have been copywritten to just them, and they should have made their own platform to continue it. But no, Whitewater is better, as I see.
Because Swiss Beats have enough money, enough affluent friends. He could have went to the Jay-Z's of the world. No longer probably Diddy, but he could have went to Jay-Z. He could have went to Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan and Oprah and Tyler Perry and all these other
billionaires,
Black billionaires, and try to keep this thing, like Tiffany said, strictly Blackness. But then to Elon Musk, who's a freaking racist extraordinaire. Unbelievable.
And they wonder why we judge them and we look at them. I'm going to be honest with you. I never felt Swiss Beats or his wife, to each his own, who loved them. But I never felt them anymore. But this was the icing
Come
on the
on,
cake.
man. Wife is dope. What's wrong with
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care about her. But I'm
She's
just
so.
saying. No, she first of all, I don't like her screaming. When she sung at Whitney Houston funeral and she scratched, I was very upset. She did it at the Super Bowl and they wound up wiping it clean. I don't like her. She's not clean for me. But anyway, to each his own. But my thing is that Versus was an outlet for them,
Yeah,
especially during the pandemic. I
yeah,
mean,
that's
they
all
got
good.
together artists that you would have never thought would have been together. I didn't understand the competing thing. It just brought good music that we've been listening to for years to a forefront. And I appreciated that. And for now, you to sell your soul, this is what they mean when you sign your name to the devil. Or you sign that. You did that. Y'all did that. I'm sorry, Timberland and Swiss Beats. Y'all did that. And your wife didn't even warn you and say, baby, own your own business. You understand what I'm saying? Like they should have just kept it to themselves. I'm sorry. That's my opinion.
Here's what some other people feel about the whole Swiss Beats Timberland thing.
You know that old saying by Kendrick Lamar? Sometimes you gotta pop out and show ninjas.
Sometimes you gotta pop out and
How about now? Does it look like Timberland now?
I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to Cell Block 1. To any bitch that talk to him and they in love, just make sure you hide your little sister from them. They tell me Chubb's the only one that get your hand-me-downs and party at the party playing with his.
That's all I got. But yeah, I'm gonna make a buck. So.
I tell you, we could never have nothing for ourselves, and people just love hyping us up. Now, why you gonna go and do that? Why would you join forces with Elon Musk as if he doesn't have enough money? Like dead ass. Does his face look genuine to you guys? Like you first of all, the amount of things that he's been liking, disrespecting the African American community and the minority community, for you guys to drop this, and then y'all drop it with the soundtrack talking about James Brown, The Payback. Swiss Beats, y'all are corny. Swiss Beats and Timberland, y'all are corny as fuck. You've been corny to me since that whole Alicia Keys. But I don't even care because that's y'all business. Y'all go off. But this shit right here, cornball shit. We could never literally independently do anything by our fucking selves without having to attach people that are already million and gajillionaires. That don't mean us no fucking good. Y'all cheesing like y'all hate. And this is why we don't believe nothing you guys say, because there's so many millions and billions of dollars that you guys have combined in all of these things. And you guys couldn't join together without joining somebody who's already a multi-billionaire. Like, how do we trust you? And then for you to drop this on Juneteenth, like, it was cute. I waited a couple days because I was perturbed. But I literally, you dropped it and then talking about The Payback. Colonizing shit. The Payback? What's The Payback? Nah, we don't need verses. You can hold that. You played yourself. We was rocking by you. That was a nice thing. It was a nice vibe. That was our fucking thing. It was your thing, but it was our thing. When you merged with this whole thing was not a good look. And the dropping on Juneteenth, you could have merged with anybody else that could have benefited, and not on Juneteenth. Y'all played yourself. Timberland and Swiss, y'all played y'all fucking self. But we already knew that, though. We already knew. Look at him cheesing. He cheesing harder than y'all because he know. He know. And so the fuck do we. Y'all just missed it. Peace. And after I watch it back, I said that whole Alicia Keys thing. Not hoe Alicia Keys, because I don't know if she a fucking hoe. That's in between y'all business. But I don't even like that. So I had to correct it because the internet is fucking horrible and y'all stupid like that. And then this nigga stupid. And then y'all were just corny as fuck for all of that. Sorry for all the language, but I'm just tired of people just benefiting off of the shit, making bank, and then being a fucking sellout. That was some sellout shit. We don't even fuck with this nigga. This nigga already got fucking Twitter, bitch. Y'all just keep making people fucking richer. Y'all so dumb, it fucking hurts. And then drop it on Juneteenth. This is what we're talking about. Fuck out of here.
Everyone was a slave.
Sure.
Everyone. Well, not everyone was a slave. No, everyone was a slave. Okay. We are all descended from slaves. It's just a question of when. Was it more recent or less recent? That's it. That doesn't mean a lot to a whole lot of people who aren't able to take advantage of the opportunities that you were able to take advantage of, simply because the color of your skin.
What advantage does the color of my skin give me?
There's an ease that you have in society that many people of color don't. And there's a legacy of racism that still continues on in this country. If we keep talking about it nonstop, it will never go away. If we keep making it the central thing, it will never go away. Why do you believe that? I think we want to get away from making everything a race or a gender or whatever issue and just treat people like individuals.
Treat people like individuals. Please take your own advice and tell your cousins that too.
Well, I mean,
Trump supporting.
it's all well and good when people say that, you know.
He doesn't mean it.
Let's stop talking about race. Let's stop talking about racism. It'll go away, you know.
It's not.
Coming from a racist, he's a racist. He's done so much racist stuff, allowed so many racist white wing racist people on his platform. He's full of it. And he's from South Africa, you know, and his people was part of
He's
apartheid.
one of those apartheids.
Yeah. That was the yeah.
Kev still there?
I'm scared. I mean,
It's echoing.
You're freezing, Kev.
hear me?
Yeah, we
You're
can't.
freezing.
You got the robotic voice going.
Maybe
Sound like he ate a robot.
Yeah. It's going in and out. It's freezing. Your picture is frozen.
Pause me for a second.
Now it sounds like you're playing music with your voice, but it's it's going in and out. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, up, try again.
Yeah, you might want to go out and come.
Put me on.
Put what?
Cut him
Yeah, okay.
off.
All right, I'm gonna mute you. You can go out and come in again, Kev. Yeah, but why they partner with Elon Musk? Because like Tiffany and I talked about before the show, the white man's ice is colder, the white man's water is fresher. You know, the white man's neighborhood is better. Everything, you know, the white man's job is better. You know, it's just a mentality we have, and it doesn't seem to matter how much money we have. We still think that what they have is better than what we have. You know, I don't know how we're gonna get away from that mentality. Kevin sent me a video. He sent it to the group where Spike Lee, when Spike Lee was making Malcolm X, he went to Bill Cosby for money. He got money from Bill Cosby. He got money from Michael Jordan, and he got money from Prince. He got money from Prince to make his movie Malcolm X. Now these guys, Swiss Beats and Timberland, I mean, of course they're not thinking. You know what the problem is though, Tiff? People in that level, and I've kind of seen it. When you make it to a certain level, you have to be conscious of other Black people, because all the people in your space now are white. All the people
that have money, so you're not thinking about the little people.
So you're not remembering that there are people out there that look like me. And if I didn't have what I have, if I didn't have this talent, and if I was just a regular Black person walking down the street in society, these same people that are all over me and love me and adoring me would not care about me. They only care about me because they can get something from me.
That's right. So you disconnected with the real life, with reality.
Right.
You're just in your world.
Yes.
But it's so bugged that we're looking at you. But I'm looking at them like I was so disappointed, but I wasn't surprised. You know, from their prior behaviors, you know, and things they done did in their life. I'm not surprised at it. But when I saw that y'all being a business partner with Elon Musk, are y'all serious? It's other Black-owned social media companies. You understand? They have a fan base. I think fan base is a Black-owned and stuff like that. Like, you have people that do have outlets. They should have tried something else. They should have. But they sent it over there. So it's all right. The pandemic is over right now. So.
But I said, and they're not thinking long term.
No, they didn't think long term. You're right.
I'm getting this amount of money right now. That's all I care about. So black people think individual. I've noticed that about us. We think individual. We
They
don't
very self, yeah.
right. We don't think about how to grow our community, how to help other people like me, who I know other people are suffering. I'm not in a position where I can really help a lot of black people, but when I can,
you try your best. Yeah,
I try. I remember back in the day when I was working for a company. I was a supervisor, and I was in charge of hiring people. I mean, black people came in. I didn't push black people just because they're black, but I gave them advice. Like I remember one brother came in and he was qualified and everything for the job, but after me, then he had to go talk to somebody else. They had different levels. You had to
right.
I would pass him, but he came in and his shirt was wrinkled, his pants was wrinkled, he had on some red. So I said, don't you have nicer clothes that you can put on?
I'm the ones you got.
Do something. So he said, yeah. I said, well, he said, well, I got some khakis at home and some other shoes. I go put those on. So I told him, go through this door so they don't see you leaving. You know what I mean? Go home, because he didn't live too far, and come back. And he went, came back, and I'm just saying that we all know black people have to deal with a lot of stuff just because they're black. And why other black people don't try to do as much as they can to help is beyond me.
I think it's in their contract. For real, for some reason, I think it's in their contract not to help black people or give to black people or invest in black something. For real, I really think so, because I think that could have been such a great opportunity for them with that platform that they, like you said, they don't think in the future where you have other people of other nationalities and stuff. They think 20 years ahead of time, 25 years ahead of time. We as black people, we're thinking about the moment. You understand? Because we are trained to think about the moment. I think because they had money and they have ends, they should have thought about what would this have, how this is going to affect us in our pockets and our people within 5 to 10 years. You understand? Or what can we build from this? Or do they have a goal? If we do this, we're going to open up a media company, or we're going to get some online something. They didn't do none of that.
Yeah, they ain't thinking about that.
No.
I had to rent a car over the weekend. I had to rent a car, and I've noticed you notice things like Indian people are taking over the car rental business, and they're hiring other Indian people.
Yeah,
I went to in the last few years. I went to 3 different rental. I went to Hertz. There was Indian. It was owned by Indians. I went to Avis, same thing. I went to another Avis, same thing. I mean, and I see a pattern.
Those is franchise business, right? You can buy the company, right?
Right. Yeah. And they're hiring their people. They're hiring as they have every right to, because they're looking out for their people.
We should do the same.
But Kevin always
not happening.
Not happening.
No.
What?
No.
Not happening.
Not happening.
If you qualify and I know that you are a good worker, I don't have no problem with working with you.
But I'm saying, would black people buy franchises and hire other black people like the Indians are doing? Like buy?
No, some do, but you know what I noticed too? Because when I went to the South and I go to these black-owned businesses, they have white people working in there. So I think it's an issue if it's too many black people in it. They feel like, oh, you being prejudiced, because they trying to use the shit that they used on us, that we used on them. They trying to use on us. So at least every place that I have been to where a black-owned business and it's a nice business, it's always been one white person in there.
Yeah, but
I think what Carl is saying is like Magic. All these movies, I guess like
they don't want to hear you. What is going on with that?
You're freezing again.
I'm just saying Magic Johnson is.
But we gotta fix your internet, Kev. I gotta come to your house and help you.
Yeah, you really gotta work on it. He works too hard for his cable to be like this.
Strengthen your internet signal.
It's whack, Kev.
You're cutting in and out. But yeah, but
we're bad right now. It's going crazy.
like Kevin always says, is not we will never unify. Pretty much is Kevin's thing. We will never.
Right.
It is what it is. We will never unify. Kevin, you want to go out and come in again because we're gonna wrap up the show, and I'm gonna ask, of course, anything you learn. I want to share before we go. So if you want to go out, and come
Yeah, because the time is popping. My show will be on soon.
So Tiffany, what did you learn today, and or want to share?
It was just so much. Again, you get very disappointed when you hear our own people don't believe in us, or try to fight for us or get more businesses for us. So I'm really disappointed in the Timbaland and whatever his name, Swiss Beats. I'm just upset with him. Do social media need a warning sign? Yes. I think that it needs a warning sign. Let people know. Enter at your own risk. It's going to be nice people. It's going to be nasty people. It's going to be despicable people. You're going to see good news. You're going to see bad news. You're going to see happy news. You're going to see sad news. Like, you need to let people know. Also, if you deal with mental issues, dealing with social anxiety, dealing with, you feel like everybody is looking at you, or any type of disorder like that, dealing with self, don't get on the internet. It's not for you. I'm sorry. Don't do it, because you're gonna it will really wear you out. Other than that, we just pray that people do your history. Learn more about, because something my friend said to me, she said, it's not African American history, it's American history. We're a part of American history, and we're one of the, how can you say, one of their baddest points in history. But we made it through. You understand? And we are here to tell the story today. So definitely make sure you like, subscribe, and share, and leave us a comment and let us know how you feel. If you think that we need warning signs, for social media, because I think we need warning signs for everybody. Men, women, children, everybody needs a warning sign. Thanks again, y'all, for coming out.
All right, Kevin, anything you want to share before we go, Kev?
Yes. I want to say to everybody out there, do your best to take care of your health. I'm dealing with a health crisis right now. I have eye surgery in about 48 hours. It's pretty scary, like I said earlier. But I'm a guy who, everybody that knows me, I have a very healthy diet. I'm always eating healthy, taking my vitamins and
You must didn't eat enough carrots.
eating all my green drinks and getting all my nutrients. And I've done some research, and from my research and watching a lot of YouTube videos over the last couple of 48 hours, the retina thing can happen from sports injuries, or it can just happen to anybody, like it happened to me. It's not even an injury thing, or it's just a bad luck thing. It's just something that happens, and it's not even an age thing, because in my research, watching YouTube videos, I've seen a lot of 20-year-olds, both white and black, that had retina detachments that just happened out of nowhere to perfectly young, healthy people. So it happens. The surgery is not guaranteed. That's the tricky part. They can have their surgery. It's not guaranteed you're going to get your eyesight back 100% like it was before the surgery. There's no guarantee. So, that's the scary part. But, I'm going to roll with the punches and do what I got to do.
That's
and
right.
I'll see you guys next Sunday, God willing, right?
Yeah, you be good. You be good. We're just going to get you an eye patch for 5 weeks.
Yeah, give me an iPad like Captain Hook up in this bitch.
Yo, word. Carl said Pirates of the Caribbean.
Kevin's gonna be on Pirates of the
No, what's my boy, the rapper?
Slick
He said,
Slick
Rick.
Rick?
He said, yeah. I'm be more like Slick Rick with the patch.
Yeah, shout out to the one eye babies. My nephew is one eye. I love you, boo.
I'm gonna have both my eyes, damn it.
I know you is.
Yeah.
All right.
Great show, everybody.
Yeah, I want to thank everyone for checking out the show. Thank you to Donna. Thank you to Narma Staley. Thank you so much. Thank you to those watching, even though those who didn't comment. We can see you watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please like, share, subscribe, tell other people about the show. Hit the notification bell so once we go live, you guys can be notified. And
one more thing, Carl. They're calling for extreme heat, especially in this part of the world where we live at on the East Coast. And I know we
Stay
lost some people.
cool.
We're losing some people to heat strokes right now, and it's hot out there. So if you got to
Check
go
on your
outside,
elders.
drink your water. Check on your elders. Drink your water. Stay hydrated. Keep that sun out. Keep that sun off you because a heat stroke ain't no joke. And so everybody stay healthy and keep that sun off of you because it's dangerous over the next couple of days. It's gonna be really hot if you're in this region that we're in.
Kevin, what's your son's name? I'm sorry, I forgot. I'm sorry.
Angelo.
Angelo. Kevin, would you ever forget Angelo in the back of your car?
Hell no. First of all, he wouldn't allow it, and two, I wouldn't allow it. I don't know how parents do that. A funny thing in my Jeep, my Bronco that I have, when you cut it off, it tells you on the screen, are there any occupants in the back? Every time you cut your cut off, it gives you that warning right there, which I think is a good thing.
Right.
That's a great thing to have in your car.
And they
Every time I
probably
cut my
did
car,
that because people lost
so
children.
people leave their babies in their car. Yeah. So no, I would not. I would not. I'm human. We all make mistakes, but just to see people leaving their kids in this weather in the back of their cars and their pets. Don't forget their pets. People leave their dogs in these cars too. The dogs are dying. Kids are dying. People are leaving their dogs in the back of their car, the windows up. I don't know what the hell is wrong with people, man. What the hell is wrong with people?
Somebody just left a 5-year-old and a toddler in the back of their car recently.
Yeah. That's just.
They didn't survive, did they? If it was in the sun.
I'm not
I think that I saw it on the news. I think the baby. I don't think the baby passed it. I think they caught it just in time, and they arrested the mother right at the car. If we're talking about the same case, I just saw that on the news.
Yeah, I think
the baby did not pass. Thank God. They caught her just in time before somebody saw the baby and notified authorities. They got the baby out before it became dire. And then when the mom returned to the car, they arrested her ass. So what she deserved.
Some of them they do it because something is they don't use their good mind. You don't leave children in the back. Then you have certain women that go through very severe postpartum. And then you also remember you have people that are not used to having children. Then when they have a child, they completely forget. You understand, which is not good. I'm not saying it's good, but they said that it has happened. I done saw many stories where it happened. Yeah.
Yep.
I'll never understand it, but like I said, stuff happens. Nicole Coates just checked in. What's up?
Tell her she late. Tell her she late. She better rewind.
And Nicole, for Christmas we're gonna all chip in and get you a watch.
Yeah, word. She's so late. But hi, sister. Love you. We about to be out.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Like I said, thank you for checking out our show, and hopefully you like, share, subscribe, tell everyone about our show. Hit the notification bell. We love you, Kevin. Love you, brother. Hope everything works out for you and you're ready.
Will be okay.
Yes, fast healing.
Thank you very much. I'll be here in my one patch next week.
Yes. And don't let me poke you in your good eye.
Damn it. I have no good eyes. Both of them are screwed up.
Tiffany, I love you. And your mom.
I love you too.
Mom's got a turbocharged scooter.
Oh, yes. My mother got a scooter. And
your mom got a scooter?
Yeah, I had to get her a scooter because they told us we would have to wait all the way to September for her to get assessed for one. And I was like, she needs one. You should see her. So far, she tried to run me over. She's going real fast. She's having fun. As you see, she's riding in her diamonds and pearls. She's just too much, but she's enjoying. It's invading my privacy now. I got to get it out the way. But yeah, so yeah, if you want your parents to be mobile, you want them to move around, get them a little scooter. That helps them to get around. Now I'm going to be working out while she's riding.
That's cool. That's so cool.
All right, Nicole says, "Feel better, Kev."
Thank you so much. Tell your mom put some rims on that scooter.
Yo, word! I think I was thinking about some spinning wheels.
Rims on that joint.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, everybody. Appreciate the fine word.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. We see you guys next week. One love.
Next week.
All right.
Peace.
With the knowledge you gain, break away from the chains. We helping you grow, the Black Therapy Show. You be in a safe space, dealing with the black trauma. We unpacking and inspecting all our baggage and drama. Cause we gotta unite, no more killing each other. It's time to see a new future for my sisters and brothers. You know with Kevin, Carl, and Tiffany, you'll have an epiphany. We'll give you everything you need to handle. We give you everything, you gon' challenge you mentally. The right conversation so you grow exponentially. We built your penitentiaries, we built all your schools. Gave us brainwash education, just making us fools. Hatred was what we got in exchange for love. No more manipulation from my God above. No, it's Carl, Kevin, and Tiffany. To the Black Therapy Show.